Rengar, Vi, Jarvan, they haven't been touched. Lee Sin, he did get an HP regen buff, but then at the cost of the shield duration down 2 seconds, and also the attack speed slow on Cripple was completely removed, which actually hurts his jungle clear. When he comes out, he doesn't have as much HP after his first clear, which is actually really big in those early game brawls. So you want to be as healthy as possible. And then that stacked on top of the fact that a couple patches ago, you only get 4 potions alongside your machete instead of 5.
I guess I do underrate the Lee Sin nerfs here, but you're going to see Lulex's Lee Sin does go away. They first pick Rengar for him instead, so Kikis will be pushed down 1. And also, Fox took 3 bans, whereas Alex Ich took 2. So mid lane pool is really contested here.
So Maokai's up right now. And if there's anything we've learned in the last couple of days, it's Maokai is pretty much 100% pick ban first rotation.
But Smitty plays Riven.
That's yes.
If there's anything else we've learned.
If there's anything else we've learned.
He'll just play Riven.
The Smitty, there was a Smitty flowchart that came out.
Yeah.
Where it was like, can I play Riven? Yeah. Play Riven. Can I play Riven? No. Play Riven.
Yeah.
It's just, no matter what, Smitty will go after that Riven, but I don't think that's the case here, considering that the Maokai is up. He will play Riven into most matchups to try and just tilt it very early into his favor. Played it both times we saw him yesterday, but he is going to go with the Maokai, which I definitely approve of right now, considering the state that he's in.
And to be honest, I think SKP are doing extremely well at the start of Champ Select because they got the Maokai and they got that Lucian, which were so heavily contested just yesterday as well. And to me, probably the 2 best champions in their respective roles here. Alex Ich actually does get Ziggs, despite the fact that he doesn't play it, or I don't think even likes the champion very much.
Yeah, he said he hated the poke wave clear meta.
Yeah, the Nidalee and Ziggs, that was the other champion I was forgetting.
Exactly, so he picks up his arch nemesis there in terms of champions and goes straight for these Ziggs. Nope. Why not stall the game out and have some options to you in terms of wave clear in the late game if things don't go your way? Because these teams did clash against each other a week ago and did not go in NIP's favor. True. A lot of that could be due to the lack of wave clear in the late game, because there were some back and forth. I think that game that SKP, no, the one that NIP won, SKP actually ended up throwing that game at the very late game. And I
crazy bunch of base raise.
I say throw with actual confidence in that one because it looked like it was their game, and then they just chose an engagement that was not the right one.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully SKP can fix those calling issues. Ninjas and Pajamas set up for some great late game here with some mid-game pressure of that Rengar. Interesting that NIP didn't grab a support earlier on. They actually want Voto to get a counter pick, and Zaitam will actually let him do that, picking up Thresh for himself.
Oh, so he's actually going to give some safety and a little bit of aggression to that bottom lane alongside the Lucian here from Kikis. And Fox, he's going to go with the Vi that he played yesterday, have a little bit of dive and early game aggression and brawling power against that Rengar. Because Vi versus Rengar, Vi can get over walls, Rengar can't in the early game. So the way that you go, you just go find him in his jungle, you harass him, and then you can get out if there's any problems.
It's true, but I want to point out the interesting thing that happens now in Champ Select. So we have the Irelia versus Maokai again, no big surprise there. But Voto just grabbed Lulu to steal away from Fox, so you thought mid lane was going to be uncontested now at this point in the pool. But interesting trick right here, the Lulu is grabbed up after seeing the Thresh, so they know it'll be a safe matchup for him. But also it steals away from Fox, so NIP, knowing full well what they were giving away and stealing at the very last second here.
Well, here's the thing, too, is that if you look at all the bans and you take the picks into account, you're basically putting Fox out of Yasuo, Syndra, Twisted Fate, Kassadin, Orianna, Ziggs, and Lulu. 7 champions. His 8th deep champion is Ahri, but that's actually not too deep for him because he's really proficient on that champion. We've seen him on it, I think, once before in the past.
Well, the thing is as well, he's still got Xerath and AP COG left in the pool as well that we saw him play just yesterday or in the last couple of weeks as well. So TF is banned. I was going to say that was another one in there. But SKP going to go for the mid lane Ahri here. So Ahri versus Ziggs in the mid lane. The Irelia versus Maokai for the 3rd, I think, time in a row now, as far as that matchup's concerned. Or, sorry, 4th time in a row now.
Yeah.
We saw on all 3 games of Unicorns of Love versus Gamers 2.
There's something about Irelia Maokai that everybody is just hopping on that train saying Irelia is the person to beat Maokai in the top lane, and I've yet to see it completely work out. The thing with Maokai, though, is there's a weird kind of dynamic to him. You kind of have to kill him in lane before he backs and gets a catalyst, because then you won't kill him after that.
Yeah.
It's a really weird dynamic where you have to be really aggressive very early and then just snowball it from there and just delay his Rod of Ages as much as possible, delay his build, because it's actually quite expensive.
Yeah.
Rod of Ages, Frozen Heart, and then the build up to that is actually, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
But his contribution to team fights isn't really that high until 2 items.
And that's the thing with Maokai, is he's a multiplier sort of champion. His tanky stats basically multiply his current stats, basically. So if you're someone like Leona, right, you press W, and kind of regardless of your items, you are fairly durable. Someone like Mundo or Maokai in this case needs some tank items to multiply in the first place. So if you can hold him down, and if Lulex can do that, or Cabochard can do that, then suddenly Smitty's got to be all kinds of careful here.
Yeah, also he started with a Doran's Ring. I see this back and forth. I see Ring sometimes, I see Shield sometimes. And the fact that he's going to go with that means he's probably going to go for some early wave clear and try to get that level 2 on Cabochard. Cabochard starting with the Crystalline Flask. Make sure he has sustain and he can trade very early on. And man, I just keep seeing this matchup over and over again. But maybe it's just people learning the matchup as Aurelia into Maokai, because I feel like the margin for error is actually very, very big. You can mess it up quite easily.
I think it's the case. We'll see. Get ourselves 1 minute into the game. You know,
that was
there we go.
That was awesome.
That was good.
That was awesome.
Spectators.
That was like a song.
Yeah,
it's like a ward song comes.
It's like suddenly they're going to travel back in time to Hyrule.
Oh, it's raining on the Rift now.
That was good. You know, one thing I'm worried about is Smitty's skin choice, because his goal is going to be really obvious the whole time. Man, Striker Ezreal would score so many free points this game. He's not even protecting it.
Okay, yeah, it's just right on his back.
Yep.
It's tossing the ball back at you. So one thing I do want to cover is the team compositions and kind of their win conditions here coming into it. Because NIP, their team composition, they have a lot of wave clear because they have late game Tristana. They have Alexic with his bouncing bombs and zigs. But they also have some good early game aggression here from Lulex. When he hits 6, he'll be ganking, getting some lanes ahead. But then Cabochard is looking for the split push, while the 4 other members are trying to wave clear, push up siege turrets, and then TPing into the fights. That seems to be their way into this. And then if you look at SKP's team, a little bit more team fight, but with assassination between WTF on Ahri and Kikis on the Vi.
Yeah. They actually have really good ways of getting in on fights, just getting these arbitrary picks.
Yeah, and then the thing afterwards is we have the early game aggression of Z's, who's known for his early game just punishment. He only plays early game bullies. We've only seen him on things like Corki, Lucian, Ezreal. We have not seen him on a hyper carry like Ogma.
Oh, but look at this one. Alex just burns the heal after Dyna's already on. Can they get the damage up with the Q? Oh, the flash from WTF! Nicely played.
He just flashed away to reposition the ball. Alex didn't get to flash. That was incredible.
I thought Alex was surely going to flash to dodge that Q. It didn't happen there. The Ignite came in before Alex's heal to cut that in half, and it's 413. Heal got nerfed.
Alex just got 1v1'd in the mid lane.
At level 2.
He just got solo killed.
Yeah.
By WTF. All those claims that SKP are making, they could back them up.
You think? Oh, hook on a Voidal, man. Even more is happening there. Half HP on that poor guy. Cannon is lost by Freeze. Dash in. More damage dealt to Tristana, man. This bot lane is so brawly, too.
Wow, just the early game aggression of both of these matchups, actually, because Tristana has some good early game. It got nerfed a tiny bit in 413, but the fact that Lulu's there, too. Lulu was a premier poke bully for the longest time as a support, kind of in the same vein as Annie for a bit.
And I mean, you're seeing them just completely trade blows back and forth as much as possible. Potions already used by SKP. Vi is waiting in the wings here. Can Smitty make the fight happen? There's the Flash Vault Breaker. Big damage coming through. Now, can they chase this, though? Q is not up for Smitty. It's a trade of flashes. Kikis for Cabochard.
I don't know if Kikis had to flash to actually get that Vault Breaker to go the final distance, or the entire distance. Could have walked out of the bush at the Twisting Advance. Twisting Advance is coming.
Ooh, the dash away, though. Z is having a bit of a rougher time. It looks like Freeze and Voidal finally getting a lead in this bot lane, but it's really close.
Yeah. Wow, so the Kikis focused top lane to try and tip that matchup, because like I said, that margin of error is so large on Aurelia's part. The fact that he just blew Flash and Teleport, and Smitty blew neither of those summoner spells, he's going to be in a really good spot to try and win this matchup. Also, the fact that he has 2 Dorans now, he's going to TP back to lane very quickly, set himself up with some consumables.
So the interesting thing is, both top laners basically just TP back to lane with +1 Dorans and some potions from last time. So they're actually, summoner spells notwithstanding, in the exact same basically power in this lane.
Yeah, they are at about the same power. The Crystalline Flask, like you said, will give him some regen. Ooh, tried to knock him in. Lulex can land it.
Going to land. Nice dodge on the root as well. Man, WattDaFox is playing incredibly well already.
He's been playing out of his mind all Summer Series. WattDaFox, I don't know what happened between Summer Series 1 and 2. I remember 1, he was looking pretty good, but now he seems like a top-tier mid laner. Not even just off the fact that Kikis is on the team. He just solo killed Alex, and I can't speak to that enough.
Yeah, that is incredible, man. And WattDaFox up 6 CS so far. Triple Doran's his early game investment, though. That, to me, speaks Deathfire Grasp is the build.
Yeah. He wants that early game durability. It's also going to give him the mono regen he needs from just killing all of these minions, getting that extra bonus from the passive. But then it means he can omit things like Athenes or Morellos early on and just rush the DFG.
You're seeing Smitty actually get some really good damage into Cabo Shard. Nearly gets the 1v1 kill. 200 health left on Aurelia. She can't sustain it with potions, but Lulex also coming in behind. Smitty does have flash. There's the initial trade from Cabo Shard. Smitty's like, I'm going to go this way instead. One turret shot, only 400 health on him. He's got to be real careful. Lands the rip, goes for the burst, but Cabo Shard can't quite get the kill, though. He's going to go down. The kill goes over to Cabo Shard, assist for Lulex.
Wow, so Cabo Shard's going to hit 6 off of that. Really good, just zoning there by Lulex and presence. You know, I like the fact that this jungler is making some early game moves with Rengar instead of just rushing the 6 as fast as possible, because you can't really do that against Kikis. He's going to be on the map trying to tilt matchups.
And you're seeing, though, the matchup getting tilted in Lulex's favor, though, making the top lane happen despite the flash force. Earlier on, Smitty did not use a flash to get away. He thought he could get the kill.
Alex is trying to juke a skill shot that's not there yet.
Wow, Charm's going to hit only one half of the Q, though, but he's still trading auto attacks. And remember, this is a level 6 Ahri, now level 6 on Ziggs. WattDaFox has Ignite. He could go for a big burst. If he lands the Charm, he's going to get a kill.
He has way more combat stats than Alex currently. Alex is sitting on just 1 Doran's ring. And man, WattDaFox, he's just got the zoning, he's got the aggression, forces the ultimate out.
Look how afraid Alex has to play. It was a good ulti, though, I think, because it forces WattDaFox to sit here in this lane and slowly wave clear to catch back up in these minions.
Yeah, it was really his only option left inside of just giving up all of that CS, and you don't want to do that. It's going to allow him to back, and it's going to allow him to get the Chalice of Harmony and boots, so he can dodge some skill shots, and he's going to have more magic resistance.
That's exactly what Alex needs, though, is just get his way towards Athenes, stay in the back, try to get the CS going. He's only down 9 minions. It's not too bad of a score, and he's already on his way back to the lane, so that's going just all right. Bot lanes have both recalled once already. You see tier 2 GP10s, as well as 2 Dorans versus a pickaxe Doran, so Freeze ahead in this lane despite picking a better late game champion.
Yeah, Freeze with the early game aggression. He's really stepped up alongside his bottom laner. You know, it was always kind of a hit to NIP when they lost the Freeze and Mythic combo, and now Voidal's in there, and they've just kind of gotten the former Gambit squad going.
It's true.
Picking up Lulex, used to be on Gambit. Alex Siege, Gambit. Voidal,
Gambit.
Exactly. Soon they'll have the Exodia of Gambit. They're pretty close.
They're getting there, man.
They just need Darian and no.
Well, I guess what they can do here. Cabo Shard gonna take a whole bunch of damage. Nice ulti pop. No flash available for Aurelia. Whole bunch of burst comes out. Nice kill picked up. Gonna give one back over to SK Prime.
What allowed that to happen was the pink ward that was placed in the tri-bush. Basically tipped off Kikis. He's completely 100% fine to make a play. Walks all the way around top, and he's good. Pops the ultimate, hits the 6. Now it's on Lulex, whereas Lulex is going to gank with his level 6 because the pressure's on him to do something. Because Kikis is always going to capitalize on bad positioning.
Cabo Shard TPing back up with a Sheen and a Ruby Crystal. Should be a little bit more durable in this matchup now. But yeah, it's the thing to look for is both these junglers really spike up at level 6. And the question is, what can they do with that level lead? Well, Lulex is actually going to use the time where Kikis was top lane to go for a blue buff steal. Hook comes out from Zaytan. Escape. Walk away from this one. Not going to be the case. Lulex grabs blue, but in comes WattDaFox. Misses the flash charm. Q's going to land, but I don't know if he's going to get much else to do here. Z's wants to chase in. Here comes Kikis. The knockup comes out from Lulu, though, and can they keep the kills coming in? Flash Q's going to pick up Voidal. The knockback comes out from Tristana, but that is a 1-for-0. Ulti pop by Lulex to get out, and now Dragon's being attempted.
Yeah, Lulex did get the blue buff, so I guess it's worth his support. No.
Some would say yes.
If you're Lulex, yes.
Maybe.
You would definitely say it's worth it at that point. WattDaFox getting an assist, Kikis getting another kill for himself, and look at this top lane.
Smitty vs Cabo Shard, they are trading blows back and forth. You're seeing how much damage they can both deal as they try to sustain back up afterwards. 104 health.
Ooh, Smitty just got the catalyst from the level up, so
yeah,
he's not going anywhere with that HP bar.
He's just fine, and Cabochard can just keep trying to bully out. He's still got a mana bar. Maybe deal some more damage, but so far not just yet the case. 2 pink wards already down to this topside jungle. Cabochard going to spot that one, and he can't stay around. He does not know where Vi is. He would have loved to kill that ward otherwise.
Yeah, the fact that Vi is MIA and actually back at the base right now. No tabs on Kikis, can't clear that ward. It's too much of a gank setup. Get pink ward baited.
Cabochard wants to trade again, though. Smitty pops the ulti as soon as he 10 style is used, and he trades spells back and forth, tries to land auto attacks. He's got to be real careful, though. Cabochard, the flash! Ooh, he nearly dodged the knockup. That could have been the kill.
Wow. Kikis, though, he is coming up top. He does have his ultimate available. All he has to do is close this distance.
Oh my gosh.
Cabochard, no ward coverage.
He's so dead. Can he dodge with Q? He cannot. TP used by Maokai. I don't think he's going to give it away. No, Kikis going to take the solo kill right there, but of course warmed up by Smitty. Unofficial assist to the Maokai, and this top lane, Cabochard is trying so hard to bully Smitty, but the problem is Kikis is there to turn it around.
Yeah, the fact that he doesn't have ward coverage available. If he had cleared that pink ward and stayed around for it, hindsight is 20/20. He had no idea where Kikis was at the time. Last time he saw him was bottom. The Lulex.
He's already there to counter getting Alex Sich. The damage coming across. Suddenly a Rengar appears. Flash away. Ulti pop. Kikis might just fall, but he's going to lose Lulex for this one. I think maybe. What the fuck? The Q does land. Double buffs go to What the Fox and SK Prime. They keep being in the right place at the right time.
Wow, 2-0-2 for What the Fox already. Granted, Alex is keeping up in CS, which is a big testament to him considering how many times he's died. 0-2.
How hard this matchup is.
0-2, 11 minutes in.
So look at this, guys. Kikis crushing What the Fox, winning his one-on-one, and the ganks are working better as well. The bot lane, that's pretty much the bastion of strength here for NIP. They are getting Freeze some gold, but the rest of the team is starting to fall apart. Again, Smitty and Cabochard in a battle right here. Maokai again and again winning this fight.
Yeah, Cabochard was looking for the trade there. Oh man, so many people are opting into this matchup, and just Maokai seems to have way more tools to come out on top. It's just tiny things, but they're much easier to execute. Can I get a gank? Look at how much gank assistance Maokai has in his kit. And then it tilts the matchup. Yeah,
this strikes me as one of those, I think, Nidalee versus Aurelia matchups, where it's like Nidalee wins early, Aurelia wins late, and maybe they're relying on late game here, but right now, in comes a jump onto Zaitan. Big knock as well from Lulu, the knockback into the turret as well from Tristana. 1 kill picked up, there's the Goomba Stomp. Z's is going to go down. Double kill for Freeze, and finally, Lulex finds the right lane to gank.
That is the bastion of strength you were talking about, leaving the top lane alone, pulling attention bottom, because Freeze is the hyper carry.
And right now, Cabochard trying to hyper carry against Smitty J right here. You're seeing him run back and forth. Looks like Maokai thinks he'll win this fight. W should be back up fairly soon. Will he dive? Cabochard looks like he wants to. The sapling is there as well, and he gets the solo kill. Smitty is crushing Cabochard right now.
Wow, Smitty has just really impressed me as well. A lot of SKP, it's so strange. As soon as they picked up Kikis, even their individual skills just seem to go up. All these players are just getting better. The fact that Z's plays a lot of lane bullies, he plays to his strengths. What the Fox getting solo kills on Alex Each. Smitty J playing Riven in a bunch of matchups where you're like, I don't know if that'll work. It works.
Yeah.
It works with Smitty.
And the thing is, this is a team that was on nobody's radar. No one was like, all right, guys, Summer Series 2 LCS promo, SK Prime. No one was saying Z's is Alive was going to be this top team. They've got like 2 guys in Challenger solo queue in the first place. Kikis in the top 15. But SKP as a unit, just, this is their season.
Yeah, it really is. H2K, NIP have been having some roster changes very recently in playoffs. So SKP, with the most stable roster of the Challenger Series playoffs, are looking really strong, especially the fact that they have a very defined style that each player plays to, and they just kind of have this cohesion amongst them that works out perfectly. It's like, you're going to be aggressive, and then this person is very aggressive too, but this one's passive. Zaitan, very safe player. A lot of times he will make the plays for his team, but he allows Z's to be that reckless, over-aggressive person.
Yeah, here's the thing is they are playing these, like, I don't want to say it's a safe style because they're always playing early game laners. It's a bunch of Thresh and Lucian.
Much everybody.
And you saw in the level 1. You saw in the level 1 that, like, they were battling back and forth. Like, they know to play a lane fairly aggressively when they can. The difficulty here, though, is that it is so hard to match up against Freeze and Voidal. Arguably the best bottom lane in the European Challenger scene. And it is a lane that Freeze and Voidal are winning. If we go back and talk about this matchup a little bit more, it's only a 1,500 gold game. Like, as much as we're sort of applauding SK Prime, this game is incredibly close still. And the bot lane is the reason that NIP are in it.
Yeah. But at the same time, SKP, they have a lot of options here. WTF completed his DFG. He'll be able to do a lot of damage to somebody, whoever he gets on. The thing is Voidal might be able to stop that with a Wild Growth, Exhaust. Have to see how these team fights eventually play out. And also, how they play out. What's the positioning like in them?
Well, yeah, here's the weird thing. You talk about team fights. On one side, you got Maokai. We know is the king of team fights in the top lane.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen every Maokai team ever win team fights. The problem is, though, the rest of the lineup actually speaks more to Ninjas in Pajamas. Ziggs versus Ahri, team fight power. Tristana versus Lucian, team fight power. Even in the case of Lulu versus Thresh, I would say team fight power is the advantage here of NIP. But look at this, Smitty gonna go for the trade. He will get locked up by Lulux as this all goes down. Now, can he run away with the ulti on? Does have flash, but looks like he is succumbing to his fate. Does not get enough damage down. Good kill, Cabochard.
He does get himself a turret, though, so that's the little saving grace of that. But look at this. 2 turrets taken by SKP, pretty much solo. They didn't really have Kikis bashing those turrets down or helping anybody. And now, speaking of Kikis, he's looking at the bottom lane and possibly looking at getting a Lantern in.
SKP can finally get some kills in this bot lane and get Z's ahead. I don't know if there's an easy way back for Ninjas in Pajamas. Bot lane getting pushed down. The flash hook forces the flash out of Voidal. Trade of flashes, but bottom lane out are going to go down. So within about a minute's time, SKP went and took all 3 outer turrets.
Yeah, and the fact that the dragon isn't up for a while, too, is kind of a big thing, because they would love to make a dragon play right now. They got it previously, but now when you get all of these outer turrets, you have to start warding up the jungle. They do already have some wards lining the river. They just need to extend those wards deeper. Because now their farming options are a little more limited. Except for Smitty, he just had his turret taken.
That's true, he can farm them back, but it feels like SKP are gonna be wanting to play aggressively. They made the choice to take all these turrets down, so I want to see basically what they're gonna set up. This is the team that is dictating the pace, SK Prime right now. So they consciously made the effort to take these turrets down, to stay to knock them out. And so it is, yeah, where's the war control gonna go? Where's the objective control gonna go? What's the move for SKP?
I'd like to remind everybody that SKP had one of the fastest games we've ever seen in Challenger. Yesterday. 20 minutes, 18 seconds.
Yep.
Not even a forfeit. Not even a surrender.
Died that fast. It's true.
It was ridiculous how quickly they pushed and how well coordinated they seemed. So you know these guys know how to close games out. Given a gold lead, they're at about 2.5, 2.7.
Yep.
Gank looking top though.
The top lane fight. Lulux gets in onto Smitty J, but here comes Vi for the counter gank. Now can Smitty stay alive for long enough?
Here's
the flash ball breaker lands.
though.
There's the ulti up as well, and in comes Thresh to save them all. Ziggs ulti comes across though, and out goes Rengar. That is a 1 for 0. Smitty did survive.
Wow, so Smitty actually takes a lantern that was thrown out by Zaitan, and it helps him avoid the Mega Inferno Bomb.
That's awesome.
That was really, really well played there. Also, the roam team. NIP can see a lot of that roam just happening. And now they're going to be caught 4v5 away from their turret, too.
Well, Alex running away from this one, though. Cabochard right in the front line as well.
Oh,
Hook onto Alex. They're going to go right on in. Ziggs ulti popping out into the back lane that goes. Z's trying to keep himself up there. Both top laners fall down, and the battle continues. Freeze getting some good damage out, but being forced away. Just a 1 for 1.
Wow, the hook on Alex to start that fight off, but Freeze's damage, he's hitting some spikes here. He has his Infinity Edge completed, and he has his attack speed up.
But look at this, though. WTF is splitting the bot lane the entire time. Bot tier 2 went down for all that, which means that over the last minute or so, SKP got an extra kill and an extra turret. Zaitan got to be a bit careful. Oh, gets scumbagged by Kikis. Ooh. He's okay, though.
Yeah, it was actually a 4-on-4 in the top lane. Lulux was dead, and then the bottom lane, WTF was pushing it the entire time. So they didn't have that assassin or that extra damage. The highest farm member in the game and the 202 member.
Yep.
Not present.
And it's a big AP stack for WTF. Death Cap is coming in pretty soon. I don't think it's Bizonia's. I feel like he still wants to one-shot people. But SK Prime have grown their gold lead. 3 outer turrets went down about 4 minutes ago. They grouped top with a split push bottom lane. That worked out. SKP can keep on moving forward. Dragon is up in 8 seconds. This seems to be their next objective here. Okay. 1 pink ward still there.
They have to get better vision control of this area earlier, because SKP are about to be completely dominant here. Lulex, he's looking for Z's. Z's
Oh,
actually
no.
dragging up. He sees them with the pink ward, though.
And he knows Lulex is there. He's trying to run away. He's going to get leapt on, though. Now, can he survive? Where's the lantern from Zaitan? It's not coming out. He's going to blow up right there. 1 kill picked. Smitty burns his TP for basically nothing. Kickus, you don't want to fight a 4v5.
Yep, especially when you don't have your 80 carry and that persistent damage. And Freeze is the biggest member right now.
Yeah.
NIP. You have to get to him. That charm had landed, they would have gone.
3-0-0.
Gonna go anyway.
SmittyJ goes into the front lines. He wants to take down Lulex and stop the smite power.
Trying to get on Freeze.
Fox Diz Papa Zonias. He's going to drop to Cabochard. He's trying to cut away. Actually stays alive for that for now. Into the back lane they go. Voidal gets the knock. SmittyJ very low on HP. He is going to fall down to Freeze. Now Alex back and forth trying to get some kills up. Yes, 2 picked up there for Ninjas and Pajamas, and they are back in this game. This is their dragon.
The fact that they fought without Z's and they tried to initiate that fight, so much was used on Freeze and they didn't get him. His positioning, right on point. And they rewarded with the dragon and some kills, and the gold almost even again. 1.1k between these two.
So 1,000 gold game. Voidal's got to be fair to Kickus.
Kickus no longer has ulti, so he can't close that distance as well as he would have before. He used it on Freeze. Just well positioned there by Freeze. Freeze really being a beacon of light for his team.
All he could really do there was stop the recall here, but not that big of a deal. Freeze is really carrying them.
Watch how much focus they put on Freeze here. Fox goes after Alex, but then Kickus is like, no, I'm gonna get Freeze, and he also gets hooked at the same time. The burst on the Fox stops his damage output because he has to Zonias, and then he gets completely zoned out of the fight. Alex here actually goes off to the side, stops himself from killing SmittyJ for a couple seconds. But then Freeze, after pulling 3 members of the enemy team, SKP, they ran and chased Freeze down. 3 members walked basically through NIP, and the entire time they're taking damage, and they still didn't get Freeze. Freeze jumps away, re-engages the fight afterwards, and he cleans up.
Well, again, I don't know why they chose to engage a fight in the first place with Lucian gone, but they thought they could win the 4v5, but Fox not able to get enough damage down. Traded their spells a little bit there on different sides.
Yeah, and you talked about how good Maokai is at team fighting, and then you said Ziggs on the other side. For NIP, they have a little bit of a better team fighting comp here.
Yeah.
Because they have less assassination, but the fact that you fight in a dragon pit where the Mega Inferno Bomb is so easy to hit on multiple members, it's exactly what Alex attempted to do there as well.
So now we got to see whose style is going to win, because I still can't say that like one wants to necessarily play picks more than the other. Right? Like you have Vi, Ari, Thresh.
They want to blow somebody up.
Yeah, I mean you've got like Vi, Ari, Thresh, but at the same time you still have like Rengar, Ziggs. Like someone's going to get dropped on some like another side of the map as well, and you still have the Cabochard, who doesn't want to team fight either. Like they both have sort of a plan A and a plan B.
Lulex, he's looking for a plan A right here. Trying to make a play, he goes in.
He's going to find a little something. Hook's not going to land, but it's going to be on the Cabochard there. Charm comes as well, and the ulti has begun. Alex Ich in the front line. The Digger SmittyJ into the flank. Fox is chasing down, and they pick up Cabochard. Lulex goes down as well. 2 for 0 so far. Trish ulti cannot keep anyone else alive. Good fight, SKP again.
Freeze couldn't hit any of the back line. He was focused on that front line, and Maokai coming in from the side forced him out of the fight, and he couldn't get any kills for it. That's actually going to be Baron started up by SKP 23 minutes in the game.
Big risk, but no jungler, and Alex Ich does not have an ulti, so this is going to be a fast-dying Baron. And into Pajamas, they want to try to stop this Freeze. Alex Ich and Voidal are around Smitty.
Freeze is
going to
really
zone
big.
out the team by himself. He doesn't care at all. Baron goes down. He actually picked up the Ziggs, and now Voidal going to likely drop as well. Another 2 for 1 with Baron for SKP.
Man, if they had a bigger tank line on NIP still available, Freeze could have cleaned house there.
But you just saw Maokai soloed out the half HP Ziggs. Alex didn't even think that was going to happen. He had flash up and just exploded there.
Yeah, Alex's play this game has definitely not been on point. Lulex went really hard there. He gets the Lulu ulti, but Freeze this entire time. He's hitting Kickus, then he just jump away, and then he starts hitting Smitty. While Fox hitting whoever he wants. He just runs over Lulex, runs over SmittyJ, or sorry, Cabochard, and does an amazing job there. So Fox's damage output is really high, and it is actually a Zonia's for him. We touched on it before that he actually had used Zonia's as a dragon previously. So going for the defensive option here, not being overly aggressive, but I guess it would allow him to make more aggressive plays too.
Yeah, that's actually the really interesting thing is I was like, I'm so surprised SKP can send so many squishies into the front line and not get punished for it. Because you saw how aggressively Fox played in that fight, how aggressively Kickus went in as well. And yeah, it's the fact that he could kind of Zonia's out. And NIP, I feel like Alex should be able to deal with What the Fox in some form, but being so far down in gold and with the Zonius being there, you get to play over aggressive with Ari and not get punished.
Wow. Freeze. He's hitting 2 item spikes here as Tristana. He's in a really good spot. But look at this. Kickus. First item completed, Thorn Mail.
Yeah.
After his jungling item and his boots. Ridiculous. He knows that he's going to be right in that backline, but look at this.
Dive on Voidal. Kickus in the backline does go down to Freeze. Now, can they stay alive? Freeze having a field in the backline. Dealing good damage. Lulex goes on in, lands a charm on What the Fox. He's getting incredibly low. They've traded now onto the jungler, but Zaitan goes now as well. 2-1. SmittyJ forced to re-engage. He's going nowhere, though. 3 kills Ninjas in Pajamas. They defend themselves.
Really overly aggressive there. The Baron buff on SKP just got wasted on 3 members. What the Fox out of the fight. Z's off on the side, and now the fact that NIP has been down in turrets this game, they're ready to take some more for themselves.
And Freeze has been carrying them every single team fight. He is hard to reach, to be honest. This turret's going to be going down. It's going to be Ninjas in Pajamas now only down 2.9k. Can they keep going?
Yeah, really kind of questionable decision-making here and shot calling from SKP. The last couple of fights that I've seen them, like granted they've been ahead in gold, right? But the Dragon fight, Kickus went on to Freeze, and then What the Fox used his DFG and his ultimate on Alex Ich. This last fight, Kickus uses his ultimate on Voidal.
Yeah.
Out of all people on this team, the support is the least threat.
True. To be honest, even Cowatrat's killable.
Yes.
Triforce Negatron Cloaks.
There was pretty much always a better option instead of going for Voidal.
I agree completely. You're right.
Even just to zone Freeze out would have been a better option. But right now, the Dragon is what's on the table. TP in the top lane for SmittyJ. He wants to clear some waves and then get in the fight. SKP, they have the inside track, and NIP, they aren't setting up for these fights a minute in advance.
And I think SKP, if they are engaged a pawn, would win the fight. Because of Freeze's good positioning, if SKP dive, I feel like they get ripped apart by Ziggs Tristana. If SKP can play a siege, I think they're okay. Although it's a little bit hard to siege against Ziggs, but I don't know if they need to go super hard to win a battle. They can play the objective control game and win a straight up 5v5.
Yeah, and speaking of numbers that are 5, it's 5,000 gold lead. Nice for SKP. Now SmittyJ coming down from the top lane. Here's the thing, that 5,000 gold lead was just cashed in on by What the Fox, and he got himself a Void Staff.
All right, well, he's
ready to roll.
Yeah, he's going to be plenty threatening. Mikhail's Crucible, though, done for Voidal, so he can get away from hooks and charms now. That is an important sort of break point to keep Alex Ich and Freeze alive.
Mid-game power spikes here from Z's. He went for the Blade of the Ruined King Yumu's Ghost Blade build instead of for the Infinity Edge. So he's looking for those mid-game power spikes that he's reached. But right now, Freeze is frankly
already ahead of
do more damage than him.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not a bad build on Lucian, but when Freeze got that many kills early on, that double kill, he actually got the kill credits in those first couple of kills down there. He's just continued to snowball since then. The early eye-edge static shiv, sooner than you would normally expect them to have that, is really breaking apart Kickus, who's just not able to survive when he dives in these battles.
Yeah, and Freeze is really close to completing his Bloodthirster, and so he'll have that extra shield, and he'll be even more durable during these team fights, which is something that SKP do not want. Lulex, his last ulti fizzled. What's this one going to do for him? He's going to pass by a pink ward.
Oh, this is a numbers lead, though, I think, for NIP, because Ari's on the wrong side of the map. Knockback on
they got the ulti
as well. This is not necessarily great for NIP, or necessarily for SKP, sorry. They go into the front line. SmittyJ taking a bunch of pain, but Lantern's out. They're just trying to buy time as Ari roams across the map to help defend the team. Another hook on a Lulex. They're trying to break him down, forced to flash away. Freeze, though, is on the hunt, doing some good damage. Kickus might want to re-engage. Ari is on the flank. She is 5 seconds away. SKP, can they re-engage? Can What the Fox get a pick? They are trying to get one here. Low health on Ninjas in Pajamas. Charm comes out, lands on a Voidal. Will they chase this one down? Hook is going to land after Mikhail's Crucible is used. That's going to be a kill picked up. Smitty dives onto Freeze. He is very low on health. Kickus goes all the way down and tries to get the kill. Alex Ich goes down. Kickus is actually still alive. NIP forged away with 3 deaths.
They just killed Freeze in the backline. Kickus going super deep for that one. They pick it up and they go 3-4-0 on the overall. And SKP, they're going to get themselves a turret, a tier 2 after that great team fight.
Wow, I can't believe that's how they wanted to play it. What the Fox on the other side of the map, he said, I'm coming by 25 seconds and I will win you guys the fight. And SKP did that. Smitty held himself in the front line and said, hit me, I dare you, and Lantern's out.
Wow, the charm here, Voidal kind of walks into it. He's kind of charmed even before the charm comes out. Like, straight into it. And then the hook from Zaitan, and the really late Kale's Crucible there.
Charm was already done at that point, basically.
Whee! Straight down, and then he gets picked up right in the back line. Kickus with the burst, and WTF with the style points. So didn't even have to use it in the fight.
So Cabochard trying to scrape together 2, 5, and 7, only 188 CS. Having a really hard time in this matchup right now. Farming the jungle, getting what gold he can, but honestly has not been very effective this game so far.
SKP are an amazingly strong team right now. The more I think about it, the more I'm impressed by them. They beat NIP in the finals. They beat H2K in the semifinals. They took down the 2 Titans of the Challenger Series in Europe that people thought were just complete frontrunners for the tournament. And now they've dethroned them and put themselves in that spot. Granted, some people still need some convincing, but they look so good right now. They are about to take this Baron. They're making huge plays across the map. Their lack of hesitation is great, and Lulex for a play.
Is the fight. They hook Lulex mid-jump, he gets the steal, and the battle has begun. Smitty J in the front lines. Lulex is going to fall. 4v5, but NIP have Baron. Voidal out from the side, trying to get away. Good Ziggs bump coming out. Cabochard gets charmed. He does go down. Double kill for Z's so far. Baron for 2 kills, not too bad. Ulti finds Alexich, he flashes the way if he can. There's a lantern for some shields, he tries to satchel charge away as well, but the hook's gonna hit him. This will be 3 kills for SK Prime. All of them going to Z's and they look bot lane.
Those are those situations where you should flash preemptively instead of reactively. He never would have been in range for the assault and battery, but they are looking at this bottom lane right now. And Freeze, he's actually going to farm it.
And here we go. Well, there we go. Freeze got to be real careful. There's enough minions here. They could push this. Lulex back alive. 15 seconds on Cabochard. This is a very momentary 5 versus 3 right now. The turret's under fire.
Smitty J doing some zone control here. The level 17 Maokai. Such a high level and the level advantage all across the board for SKP. Freeze's damage. He's a Fed Tristana.
They've got to respect it. If they stay too long for the inhib, they can drop down. In comes Cabochard. 4v5. They're going to kill Smitty. Now Zaitan is stuck, and Z's has to flash away. He does dodge the slow, but 2 kills picked back up for NIP.
Yeah, they don't get the inhibitor either from SKP's side. And a couple of members of NIP still have Baron.
That was really well played by NIP. Freeze knew he was fairly safe. If they dived him, he could rocket jump and his team would respawn. So he started dealing damage while the inhib was going down, doing just enough that when his team regrouped, they got the kills picked up.
Yeah, and also now, the fact that SKP, Smitty, does not have his teleport means that NIP, they can push wherever they want and they can push it quickly because they have Freeze and all of this damage available to them.
There we go. Mid tier 2 going to drop down 4 to 6 in turrets, 15 to 20 in kills. A pretty close game by most score lines, but NIP still have to work through a 7,500 gold deficit.
There's a red here that Freeze can take. There's also a top lane turret with a gigantic wave right there. And also, if we look at the build that Freeze has, he was very close to completing his Bloodthirster. He says, oh wait, nope, I need Last Whisper. Because there's so much armor stacking that's happening now on SKP's side to deal with him.
It's an interesting choice to go through here. Yeah, I was about to be like, second Infinity Edge? Wait, that'd be silly.
He already has one.
I know.
He's pulling a cop.
Yeah, maybe. Gotta be careful. But yeah, it's a very weird choice. I do think Last Whisper is a good choice here, and then you can finish the Thirster later.
Yeah, the fact that there's already...
I got really...
There's a Frozen Heart, and there's a Thorn Mail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of armor that he has to chunk through. Even the Zonia's is a little bit that he would have to work through.
So it's gonna be the...
Dragon.
Better endgame build overall. And yeah, Dragon is back up now. SK Prime up 8,000.
The team that gets this one will have a really big swing in this game. Lulex, he's looking for a pick. He's looking to set something up and get vision of the team so that his team can establish ward.
SKP wait out the ulti though. Lulex does not have a way in. Burns all of his ferocity now as well, and here we go.
Dragon's gonna be gone pretty quickly.
Good Dragon SK Prime. Ninjas and Pajamas know better than to challenge this. They know they are down in gold.
That's already 9,000 gold difference between these two teams. Voidal and Freeze still have that Baron buff with those temporary combat stats, but I don't know if it'll be enough considering the level disparity between everybody on these teams. See Smitty J, he's up 2 levels on Cabochard. Alexich, 2 levels down on WTF. Only real saving grace is the fact that Freeze is up over Z's.
Yeah, and it'll kind of remain that way. Tristana's late game is going to continue to do very well, especially with his Last Whisper done. He's incredibly threatening. At SK Prime, I feel like even despite that, that Trish is going to scale. They've got a lot of time. They can be patient here. They can get the waves pushed out, wait for the teleport to come back because Smitty is actually beating Cabochard 1v1. Kind of wait for the next big item spike, but look out though. Z's about to get caught up in the mid lane there, and in they go. Lulex catches that with the ulti, and Cabochard follows up. That is a big 500 gold shutdown, and SK Prime were not respecting Rengar nearly enough.
And NIP, we talked about the Rengar can make picks, and then they could team fight afterwards. They could wave clear with Ziggs. They can also tank this up, and they have so much tower sieging ability between the Ziggs passive and also the fact that Freeze has so much damage on that Tristana right now.
Well, looks like SKP, they're going to defend this for now.
Charm's
going to hit Void. A whole bunch of burst comes out. Support is dead. Ulti popped into Freeze. Now can he stay safe? There's the rocket jump. There's the engage by Smitty J. WTF's got to be very, very careful. GA popped on Cabochard. There's still the chase though. Freeze kites away from Kickus, but Cabochard goes down. 2 for 0 so far. Now Lulex under fire. And without an AD carry, SK Prime win the fight anyway.
Wow, Freeze took so much damage and so much zoning from Kickus. WTF landing the perfect charm, and now SKP, they're going to try and make some aggression onto the base of NIP.
I don't know what you can do as Freeze at this point now, because he did everything he possibly could. Kickus played that fight perfectly, pretty heavily armor tanking, tanked up a 7-kill Tristana, and let his team kill everyone else without an AD carry.
Well, here's the thing, is Voidal didn't use his ultimate, didn't use his flash, didn't use his exhaust. There were so many options there that were available to NIP if Voidal didn't eat the charm and get locked up. He also didn't use his Mikhails.
It's true. My understanding is, and I could be wrong on this one, but I'm pretty sure, you can self-cast Mikhails when charmed, when CC'd in general.
And he's gone.
He just died so fast.
Cabochard ends up getting taken out, but he has a GA, so that item is going to be not very cost-effective at this point. It's just some extra stats in his inventory.
The hook on Alex was so good from Zaitan too.
Yeah, the fact that Zaitan is landing a lot of these hooks and that WTF is landing a lot of those charms. Basically, if they keep throwing those skill shots out, if one of them hits, we'll have Smitty J with the follow-up, or possibly the other ability that wasn't used yet for follow-up. So if you get CC'd once, you're going to eat even more CC. So if they make it a priority target, it's going down. Even if it's something like Voidal, they'll try to burst it. What this team is about. It's about the pick, then engage afterwards.
And it works so well for them. The engage afterwards is actually incredible.
Pick and dive.
Yeah, it's pick and dive. It's great. So here we go. Baron in 30 seconds. SK Prime saying, you know what, Kickus, you missed the first smite, but second one will be okay. They got the ward coverage. Look at just how good their wards are over this western jungle. There's only one decent route in for NIP here. Lulex getting jumped on those. Z's wants this fight. Ulti pop. Cabochard wants to zone him away. That's going to be the case there, but the battle has begun on the front line, so Lulex low on health. Good ulti hit from Alex Ich, but Freeze is going to be going down. Nice kill by Smitty J. So just from WTF, the re-engage on a Lulex now, and that's more kills picked up. Alex is gone. Lulex is gone. Voidal sure to follow as he runs away. Charm and hook miss, but WTF, he's not done.
Oh, he's so fast.
Now he is.
So Voidal ends up getting away from that one, but 3 for 0. Favor of SKP, and they have an open inhibitor down bottom that Zeus is pushing the lane for. They're going to take this inhib.
They got at least the inhib in 30 seconds more to do even more damage to this one. Cabochard did whatever he could. He zoned out Zeus by himself, but this is a big wave and only 1 or 2 people defending now. Damage still coming through.
They might end the game.
This could be game 1. 39 minutes. It's going to be turret number 1 going down. Turret number 2 sure to follow. 17 seconds on the respawns. He's going to go ahead and jump in on Cabochard a little bit there. Get some more KDA for good measure. Down he goes, and this will be in 38 minutes and 35 seconds. Next blowing up, and SK Prime 1 game away from the LCS promotion tournament.
Yes, if they win that one, they are guaranteed to be in the LCS promotion tournament, taking on one of the relegated LCS teams. Now this is really big for SKP, but also kind of nail-biting for NIP.
Yeah.
NIP fans out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, NIP, you risk going to the 3rd place match now. There is still a second chance for them, but you are seeing them get hit pretty hard. And the thing that does matter is not just making the tournament, but also appearing threatening.
Yes.
Right now, because you've got obvious rankings as well, where you're going to face the basically loser of the LCS playoffs, gets first pick of the 3 teams that qualify, then Gambit makes their choice and Copenhagen Wolves makes their choice. And right now, Copenhagen Wolves have to be like, these SKP guys, we weren't ready to even think about them. They've gotten even better than NIP, even better than Edge 2K from what we've seen so far.
Did Gambit win the
They won a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker, yeah. So they're higher than Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So Copenhagen.
Unless I'm like totally wrong.
Copenhagen is left with whoever.
Right.
Is
and those are the guys who's be like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get these guys kind of out of nowhere. And then you have the BrokenShard storyline as well. They're both in that team.
Oh.
So that gets even more interesting. But ultimately, yeah, you've got. I don't want to get too far ahead, of course. We still have the full best of 3 to come through. We've seen comebacks before, of course.
There's a lot of possible storylines. The BrokenShard storyline on Copenhagen Wolves versus his old team that he left on SKP. And then you can have Alex Siege versus Gambit.
Yep.
On that one. So
Lulux versus Gambit.
There's a lot of different storylines there. So the promo tournament's going to be very interesting because one of these teams will at least be in it.
Yeah, one of these 2 for sure, and 3 of the 4 overall that we're going to see today. SK Prime, though, they are looking incredibly good. Smitty J can win on things that aren't Riven. I believe he actually got his Riven banned in all of their final games last week when they were playing in the Summer 2 Finals. I believe I remember seeing a bunch of Riven bans. We didn't cast them, but I remember watching, and I'm pretty sure that happened. You're seeing 8 champions deep. Pretty sure WTF is pretty damn strong. 7-0-12 on Ahri.
And he has more in his arsenal, too. You talked about the Xerath. You talked about all those other champions he has up his sleeve.
Don't forget the bans.
Kog'Maw.
Yep.
The AP Kog'Maw. No, that wasn't him. That was
Unicorns of Love.
It was Power of Evil.
Yeah, I'm silly.
Yeah.
I'm used to casting only 1 Challenger Series a day.
Yeah.
I forgot that there's more than 1 match in a row.
Anyway.
So it threw me off. But either way, yeah, that's still kind of his style.
Really good. 7-0 and 12 on Ahri, a dive type assassin that he went for the Zhonya so he could make those plays and then just be safe afterwards. 0 deaths to his name in the series so far. Really, really big, especially against Alex Siege and that solo kill.
Yeah.
When you get solo killed in lane, it demoralizes the opponent. It gives yourself boosted gold and combat stats. It also adds pressure from the jungler because you basically said, if you don't come to this lane, he's going to die again.
It's going to get worse.
Because I killed him when we were even in combat stats. Now I have more than him.
Yeah.
How's that going to go for him next time?
And it tips even more, too, because then it tips who gets level 6 first. We actually saw that happen. I actually might have been Fox. I don't remember completely, but it was a level 6 Syndra destroying his opposing mid laner. I think maybe it was UOL versus G2, but I just remember seeing, someone get level 6 first, blows his opponent up, life gets sad again. And, yeah, you've got SK Prime who are doing really well in individual skill, really well in team coordination. They look like a scary team overall.
Their coordination overall looks really good, but I think the big thing for me, from SKP and also from Unicorns of Love, from these challenger teams that people weren't looking at a whole bunch, like NIP and H2K, is that their champion select is really good.
Yeah.
Their compositions that they make together for themselves, they're like, this is how we win. This is our play style. Let's just play to that. And it works for them. You don't always have to adapt to the meta and what it is. What the meta is for you and what you're really good at can become what your team's meta is and your team's style. And I like that about those 2 teams.
I agree. I think these teams are playing really well as a unit, and they're going to be fun to watch in the rest of their games today. But with our first semifinal games wrapped up, or first semifinal game wrapped up, we're going to take a quick break. And when we return, it's Game 2 between SK Gaming Prime and Ninjas in Pajamas. So stick around. We'll be right back. Oh, but look at this one. Alex is burned. The heal after Guida's already on because they get the damage up with the Q. Oh, the flash from WTF. Nicely played.
He just flashed away to reposition the ball. That was incredible.
He's already there to counter Alex Siege. The damage coming across. Suddenly a Rengar appears. Flash away. Ulti pop. Kickus might just fall. Freeze. Alex Siege and Voidal are around Smitty.
Freeze is
gonna
really
zone
big.
out the team by himself. He doesn't care at all. Baron goes down. He actually picked up the Ziggs, and now Voidal gonna likely drop as well. Zonas from WTF. The re-engage on a Lulux now, and that's 4 kills picked up. Alex is gone. Lulux is gone. Voidal sure to follow.